Following a variable history of Buganda, the kingdom has had 36 kings, including the current one, Ronald Muwenda Mutebi II. According to the Ganda culture, when the Kabaka dies, he is supposed to be buried in his palace, which later turns to be a tomb. Everything the Kabaka used is laid in his tomb, especially spears and shields, and gifts from his notables and friendly kingdoms. Buganda has more than 30 tombs distributed differently in Busiro County, Wakiso district, except Kasubi tombs and Wamala tombs, which are in Kyadondo County, shared between Kampala and Wakiso districts. The origin of the tomb practice cannot easily be traced and explained, with the first Kabaka Kintu believed to have disappeared in the forest and still lives, but used to live in Nono or Suju. The burial ground of his successor, Chwa I, remains unknown. 27 others are buried in different palaces in Busiro County. The Baganda treasure their culture a lot, and they take Kabaka as their social and cultural head. It is therefore believed that the Kabaka does not die, rather just pass on to another world where he continued to reign. Due to this importance, Buganda Kingdom instituted a full ministry to cater for the tombs and all the palaces headed by Wekitiibwa Ssemambo. According to the Ganda history, each Kabaka has a unique name for his special house. It is here where they are buried when they die. The history of Buganda tombs is rich, being among only a few in the world, but time is catching up with many that remain in a poor state. The latest Buganda tombs are the ones at Kasubi, built in 1881. Suna is remembered for having built Kasubi tombs. Kasubi was his first palace after his enthronement, but he decided to go back to Wamala to be close to his mother, for whom he had built a house at nearby Kagoma. He later died and was buried at Wamala. Other sources say the palace was so nice after a lot of effort from the Baganda to build it, and Suna thought burying him there would make it a tomb, taking the effort to waste. Kabaka Mutesa I was the first king to be buried in Kasubi. The Kabakas buried at the site include Mutesa I in 1884, Mwanga II in 1903, Daudi Chwa II in 1939, and Sir Edward Mutesa II in 1970s. The royal enclosure at Kasubi Hill, also known as Sekabaka's tombs, was first built in 1881. The circular site contained many structures, including the royal tombs of 4 Kabakas of Buganda. The tombs were held in straw-thatched buildings. The site remained an important spiritual and political site for the Baganda people. In 2001, Kasubi tombs were declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. There are 4 Buganda kings, as well as several other royal family members buried in Kasubi. There are 4 Buganda kings, as well as several other royal family members buried in the Kasubi Hill tombs. However, small houses nearby were constructed to house the remains of the widows of the Kabakas. The Kasubi Hill tombs of Buganda kings were built with organic material in a traditional style of Ganda architecture and palace design, reflecting years of technical advancement. The domed construction and thatched circular building was said to be the largest of its kind. The Baganda people used the reeds and backcloth, supported by wooden poles and lead fences with a lead gateway to support the massive structure. Kept inside of the Kasubi Hill tombs were several former Kabaka's possessions, including Mutesa II's pet leopard, weapons, and spears. Fetishes are also kept there, and various musical instruments. There is a curtained-off area of royal ceremonies and consultations with the spirit world and the ancestors. Unfortunately, some of these went up in flames when disaster struck on the 16th of March 2010. Kingdom authorities are reluctant to explain what was saved. Tomorrow, we'll look into the unanswered questions to the fire, and if anything, what the probe team found. Nderea Mukasa Mutiaba, WBS TV.